Hey everybody, it's Travis with the NPCs here, and it is time for another quick save. For November 16th, 2021, here's what you need to know. And in our first story are all of the announcements that have come out of the Microsoft 20th Anniversary Livestream for the Xbox. On Monday, the Xbox team held a 30-minute long live stream going over all the different facets of Xbox. Being the 20th anniversary, we had a lot of looking back, of course, over the history of the Xbox itself. Things such as the announcement of the Xbox on stage with Bill Gates and The Rock, also looking at some of the lows of the Xbox too, things such as the Red Ring of Death, and even when the Xbox was originally announced and it wouldn't start up on stage. As we continue to go through different historical clips, different memories, different screen caps, and more, we also got a reveal of an upcoming Xbox docu-series coming up here in December. The series, Power On, The Story of Xbox, will be premiering on YouTube in December, showing off all the different details of the development of the Xbox from the very beginning all the way up through to where we are now. Also announced during the live stream was the addition of 70 backwards compatible titles being made available to Xbox starting yesterday. Some of these titles include the entire Fear series, the entire Max Payne series, as well as Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. However, it has been determined in additional reporting that these 70 games are going to be the last ones added to the backwards compatibility library. Xbox has confirmed that due to technical, legal, and licensing limitations, they are not going to be able to bring back any additional games for the time being. Looking back on the 70 titles announced for backwards compatibility, 37 of them will be receiving the FPS boost treatment. Moving on to the last parts of the live stream, we're really focused on this guy here. More specifically Halo, but of course really focusing on Master Chief here. It was announced that Master Chief will be getting his own mini-series over on Paramount Plus, dubbed Halo the Series. All we were given was a teaser of Master Chief putting on armor. We don't know exactly when this timeline appears, however Cortana is in it of course, so this could be taking place anywhere between any of the different games. The series is set to debut on Paramount Plus sometime in 2022. Last but certainly not least in the livestream was 343 Studios, coming in to announce Halo Infinite multiplayer launching on Monday. It was already announced early on that Halo Infinite's multiplayer component would be free from the start. However, multiplayer includes the title beta with it, meaning that they are still working out some bugs behind the scenes left over from the technical preview over the course of the summer and early fall. What 343 did promise is that all unlocks, progression, and more will carry over to the full release when it does drop in December. One of the neat things about the multiplayer launch, of course, though, is the reporting on exactly how many players have been going at it since its launch yesterday. According to SteamDB, we hit a concurrent player count just on Steam alone of over 270,000 players in the last 24 hours. Of course, that's only looking at Steam records, but that definitely is a good sign for the multiplayer going forward, of course dependent on any bugs, glitches, or issues that are found in the multiplayer that need to be fixed before the full launch at the beginning of December. And in our second story of the day, the Game Awards nominee list for 2021 has been officially released. Geoff Keighly, the host of the Game Awards, took to YouTube today to reveal the list of games that were nominated across all 29 categories of the event. Of course, the games everyone's paying attention to are the ones in the Game of the Year category. Those games include Deathloop, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village. Fan voting is open right now over on the Game Awards website for you to be able to pick which games you think will reign supreme in each of the 29 categories. Be sure to go over and vote for your favorite games before the event on December 9th. And in our last story of the day, Grand Theft Auto The Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, is officially back on sale on digital storefronts. While the game launched last week, it was pulled rather quickly from PC storefronts due to some unintentional files, according to Rockstar, that were included in the game when it launched. Thanks to the digging of some data miners, they were able to discover exactly what those unintentional files were. Multiple unreleased audio tracks for the radio stations in each of the Grand Theft Auto games were found in the game files, meaning that audio that Rockstar had previously licensed for these titles during their original release had not been renewed for its license, meaning that Rockstar was distributing this music illegally. On top of this, the infamous Hot Coffee script also made an appearance in the files. However, it could not be unlocked through mods, modification, or any other tools necessary to make it work as it did when first discovered back in 2004. Even with the game relaunched on digital platforms, many players have been expressing their frustration with the titles, bringing up such issues as the rain mechanic in the game, as well as some character models, AI, and just overall gloominess in certain parts of the games. Some players were so upset with the quality of the game upon its release, they have been asking for refunds since the game went back on sale on digital storefronts. And that is it for today's Quick Save. Just like quick saving in a game, you need to make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you know when any of our content goes live. Of course, be sure to check us out on social media, on Twitter and Facebook at the NPCs Podcast. And of course, check out the podcast itself over on anchor.fm/the-NPCs-podcast. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for checking in with us. We'll catch you all in the next episode.